So I know for me, at least, the quarantine definitely helped me to like slow down a little bit, right? And focus and try to get my vision in order. Cause it came to a point where I was working so hard without a like an exact vision or a point. I'm just kind of doing things. I'm kind of just like going to the studio, working every day, which is good. But there comes a point where you need to sit down and really realize, okay, what am I doing? And it helped me in that aspect. And it also helped because by everything slowing down, a lot of people started to really pay attention more and really sit down and focus on like, who's these artists that's like emerging. And one of the things that really helped me during that time was for YB to just sit down and, reach out to me, because during that quarantine, everybody was just sitting down. So I guess for him and the whole team, it was like, okay, not everything's slowing down. How can we keep our legacy going forward? And that's how they reached out to me, and that's how we made that work. Me being isolated definitely it really brought me to a state of depression. I kind of felt like I was boxed in, which is like the worst feeling ever. So with that, I just kind of began to write stories that may have not even been my story. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of stepping out of my box while I had the time to just, sit down and not really do anything. So I definitely wrote a lot of stories that you could just hear through the music, you know what I mean? And saw a lot of things because the world was just at a crazy point at that time. It was more than just the coronavirus. It was the Black Lives Matter movement. Like, it just was a lot of things going on. So yeah, I definitely had time to just slow down and just peep everything out and put it in the music for sure. Really, the people that I grew up with, the people that's close to me to this day, like I got my guys singing with me right here, like definitely just keeping my hopes high, because sometimes I get to a point where I'm like, damn, like I don't know. And Quando said it best, like like you're not really an artist if you never wanted to quit before. Like, you know what I'm saying? We all get to that point where we just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I doing the right things? Like, point where I want to give up. But when you got guys around, like I got, Fee and stuff like that, it just helped to motivate me. And that just really was my peace and my sanity. These guys motivate me to just keep going. And the more I keep going, the bigger I get, the more successful I get. So yeah, that's really all I can ask for. Yeah, I would have definitely told myself to stay focused and stay positive. I feel like a lot of my downfalls in this game was just always thinking of the negatives. Like, this is not gonna work. Like, I don't feel like this is gonna work. So if I just told myself, stay focused and stay positive, then a lot of things would have happened for me sooner. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely. And I feel like a lot of people often do that, let their stresses get in the way of their ambitions, and you just can't do that, you know what I'm saying? Keep faith and keep going strong all the way. Yeah, I definitely grew up in a Christian home. But for a while, I felt like I wasn't being like as faithful as I could be. Like growing up, I just seeing so much things. Like my friend took his life back in 2016, and for me that was like the hardest thing I had ever been through. So at that time, I didn't know where to find my peace, where to find my sanity. Like, I really was lost, which is why it took so long for the Northway project to come out. But in the process of recording that, I just felt like, I needed something, you know what I'm saying? I found myself back in, that Christian world. I tapped into that to not only give myself a peace of mind, but hopefully give somebody else some hope. You know what I mean? That one day, things will be okay. So yeah, I always been spiritual, but I feel like at that moment in my life, it took me to a whole nother level where I felt like, okay, like this is where I need to, this is where I need to turn to instead of like turning to the streets or whatever. Like I felt like turning to God and just keeping my sanity and just, keep being, positive and stand out the way would take me much further than just, self-destruction.